At this entire week of focusing on Hyderabad. We've been inside Hyderabad through this week here on CNBC TV 18, and to wrap things up, joining us now to talk about the state's industrial policies, Arvind Kumar, the Secretary Industries of the state of Telangana. Mr. Kumar, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV 18. Our focus has been on Hyderabad this entire week here on CNBC TV 18. If I can ask you to articulate for us, what is going to be the sales pitch that you make to investors? Because just about every state at this point in time is wooing the same investors. We just saw resurgent Rajasthan. In January, there's West Bengal. What is going to be the sales pitch that you make to investors that would be a differentiated sales pitch, sir?
You are very right. In this era of competitive federalism, in fact, every state is vying to get investment. And so far as Telangana is concerned, we have tried to look at the issue from investors' point of view. That is, what is it which he is looking for if he has to invest in a particular state? And to our mind, there are four things which are of crucial importance. First is availability of land, which is with clear title. Number two, ease of doing business. That is, he should not be made to run around. There should not be corruption. There should not be red tapeism. Number three, availability of power, uninterrupted, secure 24/7 power. And number four, ready infrastructure, which includes things like road, housing, availability of skilled personnel, and very importantly, the secure law and order situation overall in the state. Now, if we look at these 4 points, I would say Telangana has a huge advantage compared to some of the other states. Very deliberately, we have earmarked about 145,000 acres of government land for industrial purpose. This was done on 31st May 2015 this year. So that's a clear-cut title, no encumbrances, and land is readily available for industrial purpose, number one. Number two, we have 147 industrial parks ready to occupy. In addition, we have 27 SEZs with us. So this is so far as land is concerned. Power, since January 2015, we have uninterrupted power supply in the state. And this year alone, we are going to add another 3,000 megawatt of thermal. And we have recently floated 2,500 megawatt of solar power. So power, we are very comfortable, and we are assuring every industry uninterrupted power regime. Ease of doing business, the state came out with its industrial policy in June 2015, which has some of the very unique features, which includes things like we give all industrial approvals within 15 days. And there is a penalty on officers in case there is a delay on part of any officer, and this penalty is ₹1,000 per day, which is deducted from his salary. Now, that's a message we are trying to send across, that state means business, and we are serious. In fact, for the first time in the country, by an enactment of Act, there is something called right of clearance for the investor, which has been envisaged. There is a common application form which combines 47 departments' forms into a single form, which can be downloaded online, which can be filled in online, payment can be made online, and the entire system is based on self-declaration. So this is all aimed at providing ease of doing business to the investors, and we are seeing great response in last 6 months.
Okay, you've articulated several things for us. What is happening on power, what is happening as far as land is concerned, what's happening on the special economic zones. If I could ask you to quantify for us what kind of investments you've seen come into the states, because you said that the last 6 months have been very promising. I know companies like ITC, etc., have committed significant investments to the state. If you can give us a number in terms of the kind of investments you've already been able to draw in for the state.
Surely. I would like to classify the investments which have come in last 6 months into two categories. One is at the district level, which are where the per unit investment limit is less than 5 crores, and then at the state level, which is 5 crores and above. So during the last 6 months since this policy was announced, we have approved a total of 224 investment proposals at the state level, and 789 proposals at the district level. Thus, a total of 1,013 investment proposals in the state have been approved in last 6 months, which totals to 25,972 crores, providing an employment of 76,314.
That's quite a significant number that you've given us, Mr. Kumar. But if I could ask you to specifically talk to us about the kind of foreign investors that you've been able to draw, because we understand that Uber is now looking at committing significant investments to your state. We also understand that IKEA will set up its first retail outlet in India, in Hyderabad. I understand that you've also been in talks with the likes of Foxconn, etc. In terms of foreign investors, what can you share with us?
We have focused on certain sectors, 14 sectors in all, which are third sectors for us, which includes aerospace, defense, electrical and electronics, food processing, automobiles, and solar. Now, if we talk of individual multinationals which have evinced interests, as you rightly said, IKEA is going to set up their first store in India in Hyderabad. They have already acquired land of 20 acres in prime locality in Hyderabad. Likewise, Walmart, for their wholesale operations, have decided to open 8 stores in Hyderabad and around Hyderabad. And when we talk of other companies, Boeing has entered into a joint venture with Tata Advanced Systems, and they are going to set up a unit in Hyderabad to manufacture components for Apache helicopter. Likewise, Amazon has one of their largest facilitation centers which have come up in last 6 months in Hyderabad. Likewise, IBM and Google has opened their facilitation centers in Hyderabad. In addition, some of the major pharma companies, which includes companies like Ferring, Novartis, they are expanding their units in Hyderabad. We also have got active interests from some of the automobile sectors, life sciences, and electronics, including mobile companies. So what I'm trying to say is that the message is going around that this, one of our other advantages is availability of skilled personnel, which some of these companies, especially engineering, IT-based, and electronic companies, look for ready skilled personnel, which we have, and that's proving to be a great strength for us.
Okay, Mr. Kumar, before I let you go, let me ask you this. In terms of sweeteners, what kind of fiscal incentives are you providing investors? And you talked about land, and you have a ready land bank of about 145,000 acres that you intend to use or deploy for industrial purposes. I also wanted to ask you about your take as far as the 2013 land bill is concerned, and whether your government has notified the same.
So far as sweeteners are concerned, our industrial policy provides a certain set of incentives, which are things like VAT reimbursement, stamp duty reimbursement, certain rebate on electrical duties, power subsidy, and things like this. In addition, for any mega project, and by that I mean any project which has an investment of more than 200 crores or an investment potential or employment potential of 1,000 and above, we devise a customized industrial policy for such mega projects, wherein we take into consideration their specific requirements, because some industries may like to have VAT exemption for 10 years or 15 years and things like that. So we customize our policy to suit the requirement of such mega projects, and this again is proving to be a great attraction for some of these major investments. So far as provision of land is concerned, we are developing a pharma city near Hyderabad, which is spread over 15,000 acres and which is going to be one of the largest pharma parks in the country. Now, that is purely based on negotiations with farmer. We are acquiring land through negotiations, and the process is going on very smoothly. So far as land acquisition is concerned, we are trying to go through with the process of consultation and taking everybody along, and system is working out very well.
But is that in compliance with the 2013 land law that was passed by the UPA, sir?
Yes, it is. It is in compliance with.
Okay. My final question to you, Mr. Kumar. You were talking about uninterrupted power and adding about 3,000 megawatts of thermal power in the state. We've just seen the government announce a plan to revive the health of discoms around the country. What is the situation as far as discoms are concerned in your state, sir?
We have two distribution companies and both are doing well. As per the recent ratings which was done by one of the All India agency, both these discom companies are rated B+, so their financial health is pretty good, and we have no issues so far as the financial health of these discoms are concerned. There is a certain gap because of the free power supply to agriculture sector, which is being met by the state resources. However, as per the recent announcement of the government, the discoms of the state also will get benefited to the extent of reduced liability on interest account, and that will help us.
Mr. Kumar, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for joining us as we conclude Inside Hyderabad. It's been a week of putting the spotlight on what has emerged as a promising state in terms of investments. Thanks very much for your time. On that note, it is going to be time for us to take a break, but when we return, the wait continues for